front, Peyton Watson and Jamal Wells. For the Pacers, Ben Sheppard.
And I gotta say this was terrific, and he was undrafted, and he helped the Mavericks beat the Nuggets. So the Nuggets are going to be trying to make up for that loss.
Well, when all this happened, I said it's very similar to what we saw on Monday. Remember how hungry Cleveland was because they had lost the night before to Boston at home.
Yeah, it's very similar to that. I mean, listen, you play so many games, that can happen. But what you've got to be able to do, you've got to protect against the cutters. Jokic, you're not stopping. It's the cutters you've got to make sure you do a good job.
Jokic guarded by Huff, who played in Denver a few years ago. As Cameron Johnson misses, rebound tip, and Ben Sheppard has it.
I think you want to look to see can you score early in the clock, too.
Siakam on the baseline against Peyton Watson, who's in the starting lineup for the injured Aaron Gordon.
Not big enough.
And Siakam had it blocked, but they're going to call a foul. His 4 assists has been brilliant this year. You can see what he did Monday against Cleveland. A stretch of 8 of 9, 20 or more points. 1,042. Carlisle with 997 is 3 shy of that magic number 1,000. Murray
is another guy you got to worry about, because if he's coming off the pick and roll and he's active and effective, and he really puts you in a tough spot.
And the Pacers get the rebound. Murray hobbled a little bit by injury, only played a handful of minutes in that win, in that loss on Monday, but he is back in the starting lineup tonight.
They're trying to figure out their rhythm, because they've been playing games without Braun and Aaron Gordon, so they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with their new personnel. Because they have championship aspirations. I'm not sure they're going to be ready for that.
Right back in, knocked away by Siakam.
This guy's unbelievably strong. And I mean, Jokic, unbelievably strong.
Now Siakam goes to work and scores. 5-0 Indiana.
Did a nice job attacking right there. Early in the clock, he had Jokic, but he went to attack him anyway.
Denver has the #2 first quarter offense in the league at 32 points per game. Indiana has been a slow starting team. We saw that on Monday against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Jokic is going to,
This is the guy that you don't want to get going. You see, they got Cam Johnson from Brooklyn, and life's a little different for him because he had the ball a lot more in Brooklyn, and he's been up and down with Denver because he doesn't have the usage, and he's got Jokic, and he's got to figure out how to play with him, but I don't want him to get going tonight because he can score the ball from outside.
Jay Huff from three-point range, way long. Rebounded by Watson. To your point about Denver.
I just said wrong. I said wait.
Cam Johnson, the first 11 games, averaged 7 points. Bad pass, Jokic. Running Mathurin on a nice pass and a layup. Pacers force the turnover and score. And it's 7-3 Indiana.
This is the action you got to watch. You don't run that center pick and roll and let him get down there. You got to go late, but you're going to have to go. Because he is so big. Where he really gets you is he leverages because he's got long arms and unbelievably strong.
What's remarkable about his scoring, he doesn't do it with all that many shots.
No, he's an efficient. Hey, listen, he's an efficient basketball player. Nothing he does, it takes a whole lot to get things.
The start of a 4-game Western Conference road trip. The Pacers without Benedict Mathurin and T.J. McConnell.
That was a tough trip.
Andrew Nembhard played his first game back in that game against Denver. He had 22 points and 6 assists. And as you said, his brother, Ryan Nembhard, with a tremendous game on Monday. 28 points, 10 assists. Talk about efficiency. The younger Nembhard, as you said, Quinn, 12 of 14 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3.
And he's on a two-way. I mean, the question is what they got to figure out what they're going to do with him from a contractual standpoint.
Murray almost lost it, nearly poked away, and is going to fire and hit a 3.
Over Jay Huff. And like you can hear Rick Carlisle, ladies and gentlemen, in the background say, get the ball, let's go, let's go. Again, try to get to your offense quick.
Mathurin out behind the three-point arc, drives on Murray, slips to the floor, and then Jones fell on top of it.
But I'm wondering Well, he's got different shoes on, so it's not the shoes.
And that's going to go out of bounds, but it's going to be a holding foul.
Yeah. And Jokic will exaggerate that. He got
play that year. This is his 11th year, Jokic. And he's got it against Huff. To the shoot, inside, got it.
They were trying to go double team. If he puts the ball on the floor and it's in the paint, he's so long and strong. It's too late.
And first lead for Denver. Siakam, they show double with Jokic. He spins to the baseline, missed it. Contact with Murray. Murray back the other way. A pull-up three. And we can hear Rick Carlisle in front of us. He wants his team to push. And Shepherd will push and hit a three.
Well, it's good sign to see him knock down a shot. I mean, he did some, I thought, last game, a little bit against Cleveland. But he has been struggling with the three-point shot. But I think it's Chris. He's had an extra load put on him. Partially blocked. How about that three that's partially blocked by Jay Huff? Add that to it.
Nembhard goes inside. Huff in the corner. Well, that would have been a nice play. A block and a three on back-to-back possessions. Cam Johnson in and scores, and we're tied at 12. And a timeout taken by Rick Carlisle and the Pacers with 6:31 to play.
Denver, nobody plays like them because of what he does. A lot of respect from Tyrese. Back from last season, thought it was worth sharing.
All right, thanks so much, JJ, on the Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance sideline.
Essence of the statement you're making. When you do that, you get people back in their more comfortable roles that they prepared for, that they were hoping that they play, and you got somebody that's an Earl in at this time. And that, you're taking away some time from First. The thing about First, he will play hard.
He's out there, he's guarding Peyton Watson, chases him out to the wing. Isaiah Jackson has come in to now guard Jokic. The double comes from Mathurin. Tim Hardaway Jr. is in, and a three is in and out, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Indiana. That's missed by Spencer Jones out of Stanford on a two-way deal. He has played really well for the Nuggets. Here's Mathurin inside, and the Pacers back in front. Mathurin had just 11 on Monday night after back-to-back games of 20 and 19, and Murray back there.
Because if you guess, with players like Jokic, if you guess, you're wrong. Whatever you do, you're wrong.
We're not going to guess there. That's Nembhard for three. And the Pacers up 17-14. Tim Hardaway Jr. sets the screen. Terrific three-point shooter inside to Jokic. And Jokic has 6. When he had 19 assists in this building last year. Jokic.
I'd like to say I'm surprised. He's just that good. There's nothing that surprises me about him. I think what people are amazed at is he doesn't have that athletic body, but he's still able to make plays that appear athletic.
That's no good. It's popped out. Hardaway has it, and he pulls up for three. And Hardaway Jr., who played for Rick Carlisle in Dallas, hits the three. 42% on the year. That's his 50th. Played last year in Detroit. And now Mathurin. And he's going to leave that short. Watson. Jarris Walker's come in, and that's going to be a basket and a foul. It's on Isaiah Jackson.
That's as a physical a layup as you're going to see. Watson came and initially
him when he wasn't there.
There's no question, Chris. They miss him because he does a lot of the dirty work. He's not a big-time scorer. He's a decent ball handler. They've gone to a 2-3 zone. The Pacers got to recognize it. They just recognize it.
It's an 8-0 run for Denver. McConnell on the baseline, got to a spot, left it short. Valanciunas challenged, and Brown up the floor. And he walks. Pacers will get it back. That is the second Denver turnover. The Pacers also have two. Inside drive short by Walker.
Tried to shoot that, moving across the lane. Valanciunas is more than adequate backup.
And that's a bucket by Murray. 24-17, 3.5 to play. That's 10 straight points for Denver after the Pacers led 17-14. They try to slow Indiana down on the offensive end with this zone, and it's a steal.
Because that's what we started out. I thought when Rick was telling him to run, because you want to get him in a game of pace.
Valanciunas the basket, and just like that.
That shot we thought was a two-pointer by Murray, they've made a three-pointer.
So it's now a 13-0 run. As T.J. McConnell comes inside, out there with Siakam. Garrison Matthews is in for the first time.
If you watch that, Chris, they're zone. I mean, I don't know if you can be much more of a zone than that.
Offensive rebound. Jackson beat the shot clock.
Offensive rebounds on an air ball generally rebounds on a miss like that, an air ball, generally come to the offense.
Matthews guards Hardaway. Matthews played last year in Atlanta. He's on a second 10-day contract, had 15 off the bench the other night. Murray, ball picked up and good by Zeke Naji.
He dropped through the legs of Siakam, and he turned and looked for it. By the time he did, Naji had the ball on the basket, at the backboard.
This is a series that's been dominated by Denver, as McConnell shooting 62% over the last 7 games as his first team. Denver's won 6 straight here. Overall, they've won 10 of the last 11 in the series. Indiana won last year in Denver, then it cost Michael Malone his job. Murray against Furphy. And a foul. Now the official is waving it off.
You'll also notice when you look at his arms, you and I have been able to do it. He's bigger. He's stronger than he was last year. We worked on that.
Murray probing inside Valanciunas and was met there by
winning the non-Jokic minutes. When Valanciunas is on the floor, when they don't have Joker on the floor, you can't be even.
Takes 5 rebounds off the bench, long-time starter. But if you look at it, Bruce Brown, Hardaway, Valanciunas, they've all been starters in this league.
When you've got a championship caliber team, that's exactly what you're going to have. Because you've got to have guys that have been through difficult times and had some success and failures and been able to come back and been successful along the way.
You saw that run on your screen, 17-4. It was 13 straight. Murray into the lane, and he tried to throw it inside. Shot clock at 5 and put it in.
Well, they're able to come with the loose ones.
10-point first quarter for Jamal Murray, and Siakam with a 3. Numbers have tumbled a little bit. He was near 40% from three-point range. That down to about 33% right now as Brown.
Great anticipation there by McConnell.
Ahead to Matthews, laying it in. T.J. McConnell's averaging a better than a steal per game.
Great recognition on the part of T.J.
Pacers down 7. And an offensive foul. Matthews wanted the shot. Now Jackson drives on Valanciunas, takes him inside with a left hand, and somehow got it in off the glass.
Pretty impressive balance there.
Pacers have battled back from a double-figure deficit. Denver has given up double-figure deficits this year. In fact, 5 losses and 2 recent losses leading by double figures. It's a 5-point Denver lead. Shot clock down to 4. Valanciunas free throw line, left it short. Jackson the rebound, 2 seconds. And McConnell puts it away, and it's off the rim. And we have played a quarter in it.
But because of his relationship with Herb Simon, he focused on Indiana. But the governor's here tonight, the mayor's here tonight. Yeah. It's truly remarkable.
And there's Herb Simon with Kevin Pritchard. Always great. We do this each and every year. Adam Silver joins us here courtside in December as we celebrate the season of giving. What a start, Commissioner, to this NBA season. The TV ratings, the highest we've seen in 15 years. The social media engagement, the streaming numbers. You have to be.
Remember, I was here on opening night for the double overtime game against Oklahoma City.
So maybe you'll bring some more of that luck with you.
Well, but this team, and credit to Rick Carlisle, they always compete, they fight hard, you know, and when I was coming back into Indianapolis this afternoon. Just all the time I spent here last season, the finals, was here for the WNBA All-Star game over the summer. So always so much happening here in this community around the game.
Well, you got to be pleased to that very point, because Herb's been such a staunch member of the NBA family. To have this happen for him, it says a lot about what the league and everybody in the office has been able to put together. Pleased about that,
yeah,
I'm sure.
Quinn, absolutely. And what the fans couldn't possibly know is how involved Herb Simon is behind the scenes. You know, he serves on the equivalent of the league's executive committee. He's involved in every decision we've made, from the founding of the WNBA, now hard to believe 29 seasons ago, to everything we're doing in Europe and Africa and in Asia, around the world. But again, so much of it brings attention to the community here in Indianapolis. He loves the game. Again, I mean, he was there in the earliest days of the WNBA. It's wonderful to see the success of the Fever now. He was a great advisor to David Stern, of course, to me as well. And he's just an amazing person on top of all that. And obviously I was out with his daughters on the court just now for the toy celebration. So always thrilled to be here.
Good.
Well, Adam Silver, the commissioner.
For Dallas, Boston. And a lot
impressive.
of that went to the fact that it was a 7-game series. You had more viewers, you had great competition, and that's what it's about. And so, as you said, Chris, to have 7 different teams over 7 years in the championship. And by the way, it's not, again, if teams repeat or whatever, that's fine too.
Right.
But so it doesn't have to be a different champion every year, but we just want fans in every market to see that their teams have a shot to compete. And they're going to be down years and competitive every night. And there's so much talent out on the floor. They're exciting team to watch.
Well, the challenge here has just been getting healthy, because you're right. You mentioned this earlier with Rick. Coach Carlisle, who does a great job with the Coaches Association as well as with the Pacers, is a tremendous leader. And your leadership, I'm saying this, you're probably going to get mad at me. Don't mind. I've known you for many years.
I am going to
go ahead.
Interrupt you on that, only because to your point, it is a family. It's about all of us. And I think we're really fortunate to be part of this industry. Thank you to the fans. None of us would be here without them. And these various stakeholders, it begins with, you know, the owners, you know, and Herb Simon is a leader there. To see the Fever exploding in popularity, not just here in Indianapolis, Indiana, but globally. It's remarkable. And again, it's like, I have 2 young daughters. I can't tell you how excited I am about women's basketball and what we're seeing now in men's basketball here. What Olympics in 28 will be in LA.
Yeah.
The amount of energy around that
Game is in a great place with great athletes playing at a high level. And I looked at some numbers today. It's number 3, and you got to go all the way back to the 60s. Teams are averaging 117 points per game. We saw how Oklahoma City and the Pacers played with pace during the NBA Finals. Is that something that you and the staff and the competition committee were looking at?
No question. And I'll just add, you know, while people love scoring, the one thing, and I think maybe the league over-calibrated in terms of offense at times, because
the injuries.
Yeah, he did. I mean, the first thing, one of the first things that we talked about was exactly that. The fact that this team continues to play hard. It's playing hard. Look, this is a process. And it's a process for which Coach Carlisle has to figure out who can do what, because you're in a different role, so everybody's going to be asked to do more. Some, like Shepard is one, for example, classic example, you ask him to do more. Now you might stretch him a little bit, but you also learn if he picks up things and can be valuable in other ways.
Nembhard fights and has it blocked by Peyton Watson.
Peyton Watson is a long athlete. My goodness, is he long.
And Pacers have dipped into their 3rd center. Tony Bradley is in. You saw him while we were talking to the commissioner. Hit a baseline jumper. He's guarding Jokic right now.
Well, this is Coach Carlisle giving both, because he's got a big enough body.
What a move by Jokic.
Yeah, footwork is exquisite, but you want to put as many different looks on Jokic as you can, because he's just that difficult to cover.
8 straight points for Denver after the Pacers had cut it to 1. Siakam hits the jumper. Pascal has 8. Murray has 10. He's the only double-figure scorer in the game. And Siakam has 8 to lead the Pacers. Watson the catch. And it hangs on the rim. And the former UCLA Bruin could not get it to go. Nembhard goes inside and draws the foul on Cam Johnson.
You know, you talk about people.
13 assists in the loss to Dallas as Jerice Walker back in. Now a message from Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Big Mike.
Your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent helps guide you through the process.
And Nembhard, who earlier missed a pair of free throws, hits them both. And the Pacers down 5, 48-43. Nembhard guards his teammate on the Canadian national team, Jamal Murray.
He's by himself there. You can hear him saying ISO.
Blocked by Bradley. And the Pacers have a 5-on-4 because Joker is late getting back. Skip pass to Walker.
Yeah, but that pass was a floating pass. It was a faster one. He can get a shot off. See, same thing. That one's what they try to do is get you to float the pass instead of get it in directly.
Watson, and they'll set the half-court offense. Pacers have 6 first-half turnovers, and Murray makes them pay.
Yeah, that's why you can't turn it over, because they'll make you pay either fast in the fast break scenario, and they've got people good enough to make you play if they play half court.
And Nembhard got the basket. Andrew Nembhard has 9. He had 22 and 6 assists back in November when these teams played. It was his first game back after missing 7 games with that shoulder injury he suffered on opening night here against Oklahoma City.
He's by himself again. Nice job getting the body on him. Just fall asleep. You cannot fall asleep.
Bruce Brown, 8th-year veteran out of Miami with his 2nd field goal. And now Nembhard had it blocked by Watson, and Brown up ahead and lays it in. Bruce Brown has 6.
What they've been able to put on Denver, Braun is not here, but they've been able to put athletes on the floor. And when you do that, they make the passing lanes much more difficult to pass in.
Denver getting up and down the floor. Johnson for 3, and the lead is double figures. And an Indiana timeout. Aaron Gordon, 2 starters that are out with injury. No timetable on their return. Nembhard off the Bradley screen. Dumps it out to Mather, and he just missed a 3. Shot clock down to 7. Nembhard goes inside over Murray and missed it. And Watson with the rebound. And they run that offense through Jokic, such a terrific passer, #1 in the NBA. Skip pass goes to Jones.
When he's on, it really makes it difficult because they run that high pick and roll. You try to make a decision whether you switch it, whether you want to trap it, and if Murray's making that shot, that's one. But you get Murray and Jokic making that shot, it puts that much more pressure on.
Now they switch back. Furphy guarded by Watson, and that's an offensive foul. It's on Bradley.
Yeah, definitely.